So from a geonatology standpoint, let's explain this. All right. So, for instance, where I am in Queens, socioeconomically and sociopolitically, the subset human that I woke up to in Bayside, Queens, was changing. Kindergarten and first grade didn't bother me. Except I didn't like the Asian and the dark-skinned kid running around the playground saying that they wanted to marry me and kiss me. That was a little weird. But we got over it. At least I did. I don't know what happened on backup of why are the subsets running around trying to kiss the one person that this could be really fucking bad for. That we're trying to hold, like, dental dams away. Okay, so that's one. Two is you hybrid societies, being Queens is a perfect example. Queens, Manhattan, not my genre, not my cup of tea, not my anything. However, it's the cards I was dealt with when I woke up. And the Empire State for the big fucking problem with Gotham and whatever. In the Star Wars game that I don't want to be a part of as Gamel for Ender Game. Anyway, so this is what I woke up with, hybridized. People like Dino, he doesn't like my kind of way, whatever, I'm chill with that. You thought I came from Long Island, they're a different kind of girl, got it. No, I actually was born in Queens. I prefer humanoid if you're going to have to put a human in front of my ID number, but whatever. I just say not human. And then I've got super groups. For instance, Thanasi Gnosis, he's a super group in NYPD. I've got a bunch of those. Jason Romer's another one. Jason, I have a problem with because he was just a drummer. He went to Berkeley College in Massachusetts for that. He was going to be a loser for the rest of his life. Okay, whatever. Nobody gives a shit. I wasn't supposed to run into him and meet him. Then he stole Jesus, being the Immaculate Conception of Christmas. Again, I lose people with these dates, but it's how you know the Christmas Eve story. Right, that was the date of the first timing of the extra special extraterrestrial calendar that was meant for Niklaus and myself. That's how we knew that the first set of circumstances broke. So Jason stole the Christmas child from Niklaus by walking in and settling himself into a relationship that nobody wanted, including Nicole, who was distraught that Niklaus just walked out and no word of how and when he's coming back, if he's coming back, how that happened, no picture drawn, and didn't take her with him, which was really fucking disturbing. Then let's think about this. So then the towers fall, biggest class ever of NYPD. Jason gets a bug that he wants to go into NYPD. Fuck. Because now, good thing for him, he's got a steady income and a good job, whatever. I was happy for him for that. So at least my kids would have a father that had a job. What was bad was this fraternity now of NYPD officers. Every time you hear he's part of NYPD, you automatically jump to his defense as opposed to the super fund and the super group who has bigger issues, and Jason Romer was the cause of one of the major issues that made the towers fall, that got him the job, that now you're defending him for. Second to that, I got married to Jason in a church called St. Aloysius Church in Great Neck, which was a church that I used to go to with Michael Zapp when I was in love in senior year of high school. The ceremony was in Sayville, Sayville, and the name of the catering facility was Michael's, Michaels. Do you see a theme, Michael? I'm just curious, Houston. You got painted into the picture, apparently, that nobody fixed because you would have been secure either way, based on the fact that Jason and NYPD was a problem since you're a Suffolk County police officer who can offset the pit crew between county and city for New York State for police officers. And no, she's not a wife-bashing shitbag. She's actually Super League, and your Arrow whatever jumping out of planes for fun can confirm that to your county pit crew, for city pit crew, for this is one state, and we got a big fucking problem, and I don't know who knows what and how you are all working, but I'm not defending Jason Romer and his actions. And in fact, I met a lot of his police officers through the academy, and they're just like, they actually handcuffed him in the back of a car once. They also, on his academy graduation, stuck him on a stool, gave him a bunch of drinks. He fell off, and then he got that Harry Potter scar. His whole face split open. They had to call me. I had to go to the hospital. I think it was St. Vincent's, because they didn't want him to get thrown out of the academy and the police force, so everybody had to be hush-hush about it. Whatever. And so I sat with him. He was in a posy vest. I went through that story already. All real verifiable things, but these super groups, meaning the police, meaning the Fraternal Order of the Brotherhood of Police, meaning the Suffolk County Police, meaning the state's police, meaning the U.S. something or other, you are all extremely useful and successful when you all can tell one story correctly, and when you know there's one objective: to keep everybody safe, and there's a lot of layers in between. Because some of your super groups, at my level, above county police, get funded by some local products. Now, there is a hierarchy to that as well. There is no counterfeits allowed on the shores of the United States of America in order to benefit and gain coin, because it's unregulated. We regulate the products that the kids like at the lounges and the sex clubs. It's what you guys asked for. You're the fucking humans. I didn't say it was okay, but whatever. I'm not taking all the fun away from all of you tweety twats, because some of you want it. So now how do you explain that to all area good cop, bad cop? Just curious. I know you get funded by some of these things, but there's strict regulations on what we'll allow and what we won't. So why are there so many counterfeits coming in and getting sold unregulated? And not fair, not approved, and it goes back to the bigger problem elsewhere of keeping everybody safe and everything regulated. So super groups are really helpful in certain methods. It's when you get to that socio-political, economical, like, triad of this new hybrid society that goes into exponential problems, because now you become splinter super groups, and now you're working against one another, and I can't have that. There is the most major issue, which is your health, safety, and welfare, and everybody is fighting over whose truth they're going to believe. There's nothing to argue over. In the envelope of dark blank hyperspace, there's two anatomies, and they create a seal within the two of them. It's epic, E-P-I-C. And so it's an epic of the two of them creating the seal. Other than that, you have no other truth in the universe. Not one of you is more important than the rest. So when you get that, now you can police properly. Because nobody should be in the U.S. Digital Library of Congress. Nobody should be reading Legend and Legacy and then not performing at 100% of what we need and not of what they think within my lifetime and before. So now how difficult is this to correct? I'm just curious. All area stupid fucking useless human.